Welcome back to Street Level Marketing. Loving what you're watching? Don't miss a moment of Street Level Marketing or any of your favorite Now Media TV shows, live or on demand, anytime, anywhere. Download the free Now Media TV app on Roku or iOS and enjoy instant access to our full lineup of bilingual programming in both English and Spanish. Prefer to listen on the go? Catch the podcast version of the show right on the Now Media TV website at www.nowmedia.tv. From business and breaking news to lifestyle, culture, and everything in between, Now Media TV is streaming 24/7, ready whenever you are. And we're back. I'm your host, Mark Lamplugh. My guest today is Graham Scott. And now we're going to talk about like the digital aspect and the mobile aspect and getting into like the 2010s to the 2020s when we went from basically no internet to internet with just websites and very basic to now we're getting into everything's on your mobile device and
Right.
you're accepting tracking on your mobile device and we're able to target ads much more effectively and efficiently. So talking to getting into that, how did CRMs and DMS integrations change dealership marketing?
Um, well, now we had all of our data in one place. In the CRM was all of our sales data, DMS was all of our service data. And, the first iterations of CRMs were nothing like they are now. Um, and really the same rules applied then as they do now, where they'll work if you know how to use them properly and you're very accurate with the data that you put in. And it's like the old saying has always been said, garbage in, garbage out. It's the same
Mhm.
with the CRM. If there's bad information in there, it's not going to magically fix everything for you, but it's somewhere where you're able to track, you know, customers, you're able to track your patterns of communicating with them, setting up processes, and reaching out to them. Um, it's a big change because suddenly we had all our data in one place.
Yeah, it's like I said before, I sold cars for Saturn, and I was with them when they went out of business in 2008. We kind of read the writing on the wall. We would sit there for days, and nobody would come in. Um, but they had a CRM, and for the viewers, a CRM is like a platform you use to put all your customer information in. And the early CRM that they had at the automotive group I was with back then, it was very basic. You would put your customers' information in there, the date, and then every day you came in, you would log on, and it would tell you who to call that day.
Yeah.
This your 24-hour follow up, or 3 day, or 7 or 30, and then who you sold a car, and you had to follow up with them. But it was really basic. Now, I mean, they build email campaigns and do all kinds of things. And for viewers, I mean, everybody should probably, if you have even a small business, start some sort of CRM to manage your customer database and potential customers. And you can pay big money for platforms we use like Dealer Socket, but there are free ones out there like HubSpot that if you're a small business you can use, and it's an effective tool to help you stay on top of you know uh, potential customers.
Yeah, it helps you stay on task
Yeah.
every day with what you need to do.
What role did video and social content start to play back when it first started coming out?
So, social really, I think, would have been like 12, 13, maybe, maybe a bit earlier. But then it was one thing. Your goal with Facebook was to get people to like your page.
Hmm.
That was it.
Yeah.
Everything was to get people to like your page. So you build a big following so that every time you posted some kind of content, everybody that followed you would see it. So that was the initial thing, is everything was posted to get likes and to build up followers, because organic was still very powerful. Now while it's great to have as many followers as you can, an organic post without money behind it isn't really reaching anyone these days.
Mm-mm. No.
I mean, it's like I kind of liken what Facebook did to like the high school, the drug dealer hanging outside the high school. You get some free stuff at the first. Hey, we'll give you this, all this organic reach. We'll
Yeah.
give you this, and then now you become addicted to it, and you really want it. Oh, I'm sorry,
Gotta
your
pay now.
organic posts are only going to reach 3% of your audience. So please pay us some money. So that was kind of that. That's how they approached it,
Yeah.
at the start. And, we were aware of it. We didn't deeply understand it when it first came out. And I mean, I'm sure you remember the very initial Facebook stuff that came out. Their ad system was all messed
Uh,
up.
Still.
It was so, some people said it still is.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but that was all messed up. I think it wasn't until later, 14, 15, and ongoing, where we thought, you know what, we do need.
Yeah.
It's a great tool. We need to invest some money in the program because organic is dying. And so as time went on, we focused more and more on it, figured out ways to remember getting our first inventory carousels up, thinking, wow, look at this. They can see all of our cars.
Yeah.
Um, and now it has there's so many different platforms,
Yeah.
so many different functions, so many different campaigns you can run on all of them, that it can be almost a full-time job just managing that stuff. Yeah, it's grown and grown and grown. And I know dealerships where um, they'll be running SEM, for example. I've been working with one for the last few months. They were just spending SEM, brought in social, and it really worked for them. And so they cut their paid search budget because they're getting a lot more now from social. So huge part of the marketing, but it has to be used. We still have to focus on the outcomes. What's it bring? Great ad, looks wonderful, really funny. What do we get from it?
Yeah.
No one buys a car because you had a nice video.
Nope.
You know, it's what do we get from that, and how can we connect that to the sale?
How has personalization changed how you sell cars?
Well, with the increase of the available data, we're now able to send messages. Well, now we can do it on a one-on-one. We can certainly start pushing messages to very specific targets. Um, so personalization has just got better and better. Now, with the advent of CDPs or customer data platforms, that one-on-one messaging has become even better. I mean, we didn't have the opportunity in the past to see a visitor that came to the website, was focused on a really particular vehicle, and then left. Well, we couldn't follow up with them really because it was anonymous data. Now we know who's on the website. We know to a certain extent, not everything, but we can match those to people in our CRM. So once they've looked at a vehicle, we can then send them a personal message solely based on the vehicle, the specific vehicle they're looking at, and then other similar vehicles. And that's a one-on-one personalized messaging, which is at the end of the day, the most effective thing we can do.
What role did the compliance play in the strategy, and when did it start really, being important?
20, 2019, 2020.
Yeah.
Um, to be openly honest, it's been a real pain in the rear um, with the new laws because that's always changing.
Yeah.
But we understand and we respect people's privacy. So you have to make sure that everything you're doing is compliant with these privacy laws because the fines, if you're not, can be in the millions. I mean, I've seen dealer groups get $5 million fines
Wow.
because if you take something like a text situation and you're mass texting people, you don't have the permissions, well, you will be fined $1,500 for every text message. So imagine if you're doing 1,000 people and you have multiple conversations and they all get flagged and are incorrect, you're talking a massive amount of money.
Yeah.
So one of the things we have to do in all the marketing we do is to make sure we're always privacy compliant. And also, we now also have to be um, disability compliant. Our websites have to comply with the American Disabilities Association. So that's another thing you never thought about before.
Yeah.
But now you have to make sure your site is visible with people with specific disabilities that couldn't work on a regular website. And if you don't get that right, you're open to more fines. So it's honestly is a minefield because it's always changing a bit.
Yeah.
Oh, now you can't do that. Oh, that used to work. No, you can't do that anymore. So it's a big part of our marketing for sure and sales process to make sure we're always privacy compliant.
Yeah. We're running out of time for this segment. And then, not to mention, you have the lawyers that are just looking for cases to pick up, class
Our,
actions.
our friends, the ambulance chasers.
Yep. Well, we're going to go to another break, but when we come back, I want to talk a little bit about AI and how that's entering the automotive space and, well, really any space.
All
So we'll
right.
be back after a word from these sponsors.